Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here, and welcome to another classic retro gaming review. And for this one, I bring you another Super Nintendo Entertainment System game. In this instance, I've picked Axelay. And there's the title that's just come up on the screen there. So as you can see, the game came out in 1992. Konami released it. Let's go to setup. Yeah, I'm going to set this to, I'll keep it as normal actually. So. Now, mind you, even on easy, it's not exactly a walk in the park. Axelay is a heck of a tough blooming game, I tell you. But it's got some great use. It's got some fairly early use of mode 7, which is which for those uninitiated is a graphical mode that allows the warping and manipulation of one background. God, that's lucky. I nearly spoiled the surprise there, but anyway, let's get going. You get 5 credits, and you later get other weapons, but you have to unlock them. But you are stuck with these 3 for the first mission. I'm dreading how I'm going to talk and play this, but there you go. Now the round Vulcan is best for these ones. Now in the top right corner, you can actually see which weapon you've currently got selected, and you cycle through them with the L and R buttons on the top of the controller. Now I'm actually playing this on a bona fide Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This is not emulated. And the way it works is, if you take a minor knock, then you'll lose the weapon that you currently have selected, and you'd have to switch to one of the other ones. A head-on collision or getting hit for when you've got none of those weapons left will kill you instantly. Now you can see some of that mode 7 I was telling you about, the way that that everything just arcs gradually into the foreground. Kind of feeling it's a little bit over exaggerated. I mean, it's like you're on a barrel, but hey ho. For an early title that showed off what the SNES could do, I suppose it's a pretty good title. This round Vulcan's quite handy. The way it works is that as you keep it held down, it gradually arcs in front of you, and as you release it, gradually arcs behind you again until it stops and then it reaches right behind you, like that. So if you're surrounded by absolutely surrounded by enemies, like I was at a few points earlier on in this mission, then the round Vulcan is the gun you want. Oh. Downside is it's not exactly the strongest weapon in the world. And I really don't want to lose it either, so I'm being careful. So if I take a knock, I'm going to be carrying a weapon I don't particularly need. These enemies are a bit fiddly. Now you have to shoot through these. If you collide with them, you'll take damage and lose the weapon you're carrying. again, subject to how head-on you hit it. You really don't want to hit anything head-on in this game. Ah, no, I've lost my round Vulcan because that exploding thing took it out. Oh, now I've just lost my main laser. I've only got this weapon left now. It's not awful, but it's not exactly ideal for this. Oh, now I've lost. No, I mean, got that. Now I've only got a basic gun. If I take one more hit, I'm gone. And that's why that sound you hear in the background is playing. You know, that warning-like sounds. Oh, this is not going to be easy. Look at that, it's just incredible. For a game that early in the Super Nintendo's library. Oh, that's not going to be difficult at all. I've got the boss and I've got no actual proper weapons, just my basic shot. Which basically means if I take just one more hit of any kind, I lose a life. I trust none of the people watching are arachnophobic. If you're caught in that web, you can't move as quickly, so you have to bear that in mind. That's what I've got to knock. I have literally no. Oh, you have literally no idea where those. Oh, lost my laser again. Gotcha. You got that life back that I just lost. Now, as you can see, I've had an additional weapon added to the bottom layer.
Arms installation is complete. Good luck.
Now, instead of being viewed from behind, this time it's being viewed like a traditional side-on shooter. But don't lead that into you believing it's going to be any easier, because even this level's a bit of a pig at times. Vulcan came in very handy, taking out those guns on the side. Even though it's viewed from the side, the way the gun arcs around you works in exactly the same way as it did in the view from behind level, like the one I've just finished. So don't worry about that. Look at the detail in the background. Now, anyone who saw my recent review of the rather not very favourably received Time Pop will see exactly what I meant when I said that the backgrounds in that were really bland and insipid. And when you see ones like this in a game that came out a couple of years or so before that, that's when you start to realise just how impressive it is. And the music, it just drives you forward. It's got that kind of punch to it. Which was another complaint I had about that Time Cop game I reviewed the other day. Oh, crikey, that was close. So I mean, it's very easy to get trapped. I mean, even with the round Vulcan, it does have some issues. Look at the multi-layers of parallax in the background. This is one heck of an impressive looking game. Oh, I lost my razor. Even though the gameplay's a little bit thin, there's just something about Axelay that keeps you wanting to come back for more. I'm sure it's not wildly original, but then again, it's not a total stinker either. It's going to be a little bit harder than I would like, because I lost that laser weapon. You're about to see another great use of Mode 7. I'm not going to give it away for the benefit of anyone who's seen it, but rest assured you'll be quite impressed with the result, considering it's a 1990s title. And here's our boss. Now the way it works is that its actual head section is using Mode 7, and literally everything else is a sprite. Yeah, even things like whenever there's Mode 7 going on, it can only cope with one background. So even things like the score and the weapon markers will be sprites, and even the floor and the ceiling that you walk on will be a sprite. And when it pulsates like that, you know you're hitting it. Hammer the button as it goes behind me, because if I completely let go, then my round button will stop. And you definitely don't want to be hit by that beam. Nice explosion, and I just got another life. This is where the game's going to start getting pretty tough now. Cracker, round conker. I think I'll stick with that one because this is going back to view from behind and fun and more gratuitously showing off with Mode 7. No, that's a good start. Lost the needle cracker already. That wasn't ideal. Now these gold sections are the only parts of these bits that you can actually shoot. Ugh. just incredible. And the way things are in the hazes initially, and then they gradually become clearer as they come towards you. It's just stunning. Oh, I've lost my needle cracker. And this isn't a boss, it's more like a middle boss, if anything. Yeah, be really careful with this, because had I stayed put, he would have crashed straight into me, and I would have died instantly. Remember, a head-on collision kills an instant. Oh, I've lost my missiles. I've only got the round Vulcan left now. That's where these big guns take out. Oh, you had to fire then, didn't you? At least it destroyed him as well. Oh, that's one little cracker again. I don't think this area is exactly Blackpool, do you? Look at that. That is just extraordinary. The bits with guns are the only bits that are destructible in this section. She goes, oh, lost my round Vulcan because that thing hit me. Oh, crikey, that was close. The stadium down there on the right there. And this is the boss. But how am I going to do this without my needle cracker and round Vulcan? Well, not like that. Seven frippery. Remember I said that you can Mode 7 can manipulate. Oh goodness me, I've lost my needle cracker already. I was trying to switch weapons so I didn't lose my round Vulcan. I wasn't quick enough. This is going to be so hard without those other two weapons. Now I haven't even got any of my weapons. One more hit and I'm gone. Hey, you think that's enough bullets? Obviously not. Well, since I've been playing this for about 20 minutes, I think I'll leave that at that and give my verdict. Graphics, very impressive for the time. Yes, it may look like you're flying over a barrel rather than a planet, but it's still a great showcase for an early Super Nintendo title. there's plenty of parallax effects even in the bits which are just side on, like that second level which I showed you. As you can see, you get this really nice introductory sequence as well. Sound, as you heard, is fairly good. Some of the sounds I think could have been a bit meatier, but what's there is still passable. Music is really good, gets you in the mood and just urges you to keep playing on. Playability, by and large, the controls are very responsive, which is a must, especially for a game that can get as hard as Axelay. But as you saw in that options screen, you can redefine the buttons if you're not happy with the defaults. But I think for the most part, people will be happy with the controls in this. They're pretty responsive, and addictiveness will depend a lot on whether you like this kind of shoot 'em up and whether you can handle the fact you're having to cycle between one of three different weapons to try and help yourself to survive that bit longer. Does Axelay still hold up? I think it does. It still looks and sounds nice, and it still plays really well and still looks somewhat impressive. So yeah, I think I'm going to give Axelay a solid 8 out of 10. A very impressive game and still worthy of a blast. At the time of speaking, 28 years after its original copyright year. So pretty big thumbs up from me. Texie88 out.